Did you ever fall for any hoaxes or lies as a kid, or even as an adult? It's okay if you have, believe us, we've been there. There have been those stories and rumors that mess with us, not only because they were about our favorite games, but because, for a brief moment, they could be true. Of course, in this video, we will be looking at some of the oddest and funniest Xbox hoaxes. So stick around because our final entry is going to have you dying of laughter. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to The Gamer and ring that bell to stay up to date with all our latest videos. Now, without further ado, here are 8 Xbox hoaxes you won't believe people fell for. Pimps at Sea. If there was a company famous for its April Fool's Day pranks, it was Bungie. The studio behind Halo and Destiny was famous for having a good laugh at the expense of their fans. In the past, they have gone so far as to make a fake Halo anime parody, complete with a trailer, concept art, and everything to suggest they would make a full Snakes on a Plane-esque parody called Flood on a Plane. However, one of the longest and most sustained jokes Bungie constantly played was the game Pimps at Sea. This ridiculously named game was centered around, well, you guessed it, pimps and pirates. It all started way back in 2001 on Bungie's website, where they proposed a game with a combination of real-time strategy and action set on the high seas. They teased that players would be able to make their own avatars and everything. Now most people would just say April Fools and be done with it, but not Bungie. Every year for the better part of a decade, they would make references to the fabled game in the form of screenshots and mock posters. It all came to a close, however, when back in 2011, just before Bungie left Halo for good, they helped create Pimpsville, a parody Facebook game modeled around the other popular Facebook game Farmville. Talk about ending a joke on a high note. This day, fans will occasionally reference Pimps at Sea when talking about Bungie. Xbox 720. It is the mark of a master troll to fool the most trusted news sources in any given field, to pull the wool over the most reputable sources and make them all look like fools in this feat few have successfully pulled off. However, in the early days of the internet, such feats were more possible than they are now. Perhaps one of the most famous hoaxes in Xbox history was the infamous Xbox 720. Buckle up, kids, because this is a tale of how one clever blogger fooled the tech world. It all started when an anonymous gamer who was fed up with seeing all those wild speculation pieces and rumor mills, so he hatched a plan. He started by sending out mass emails to various tech and gaming websites, claiming to be a Microsoft employee. He stated he had some big news and it was going to be the next big thing in console gaming, a Surface X tablet capable of running any game and accessing many of the services and apps to Xbox users. Now, normally this would be met with some skepticism, or at least some follow-up, but the timing could not be more perfect for this hoax, as word of a Surface X tablet for gaming or similar peripheral was being teased by fans for years. This, coupled with Microsoft's mission statement to try to innovate and integrate new things into the gaming world, made the story almost believable. With all these variables at play, it was a hook, line, and sinker. CNET, Gizmodo, PocketLint, and other prominent gaming and tech sources ran this story, but alas, there was no fire amidst all this smoke. This was one of the earliest examples of a hyper-competitive news cycle where news and information is digested at an alarming, almost absurd rate. Thankfully, we don't have anything close to the Xbox 720 hoax today, right? Halo for the PS3. Some things will just never be. You will never see Mario as an Xbox exclusive or a Nathan Drake on a Nintendo system. Some things will just never happen. So why is it people fell for Halo Reach being released on the PS3? So yes, Bungie, those rascals, wanted to take one last pot shot at the fans before they left to go make Destiny. With Halo Reach coming out, the company made a statement claiming not only will Halo Reach be on the Xbox, but it was also going to be released on the PS3. Needless to say, this sent a few fans over the edge and there was a fierce debate and a fight to see if the rumors were true. You have to hand it to gamers because sometimes they never learn. Despite third-party trolls trying to stoke the flames by supplying fake PS3 covers of the game, it began to dawn on fans that they had once again been duped. The strangest thing is, there will be little pulses of activity on message boards about Halo Reach on PS3. By this point, it's become a meme for Halo fans. But if you wanted our personal opinion, we would say it's one of the more memorable fan pranks in recent memory. Death by Xbox. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. Some people have lost their lives playing video games either as a direct result of the game or because of something surrounding the game, like dying of exhaustion or dehydration or due to more violent means. In fact, at the time of writing this, the story of a gamer being shot by police due to swatting is still fresh in our minds. However, this next story may seem a little gruesome, but we assure you, just like the rest of these entries, it is all fake. Back in 2015, there was a story circulating about a kid who had his throat slit when his Xbox forcibly ejected a copy of Black Ops 3. This claim was made through Newswatch 33 when they posted an article talking about a 17-year-old kid named Marcus Davenport. An excerpt from the article reads as follows. Marcus Davenport, 17, was found dead in his bedroom when police were called to the home after his mother discovered his body. According to reports, the Xbox One forcefully ejected a disc, slicing the teen's throat. According to authorities, Davenport was killed when his Xbox One malfunctioned, causing the system to eject a disc at a high rate of speed, striking the teen in the throat. His mother had discovered his body around 3 a.m. when she went to check on him. Now, it didn't take much for this story to be debunked, but only after it had spread and was later published by similar fake news sites. Sources like Newswatch 33 are more concerned with clicks and fiction than honest stories, and if they wanted to post this story, it is entirely okay, so long as they admit the story is fake. Looking at it from a satirical lens, it kind of has a dark humor to it. However, let's get better sources, like how The Onion deals with satire and news, okay? Dead or Alive. Okay, quick show of hands who here knew that Dead or Alive was a fighting game franchise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. Okay, now put your hands down. We have no way of knowing who actually put their hands up or not. But if you are one of the poor souls who actually did, it's okay. No one has to know. More to the point, Dead or Alive has become more associated with bikini-clad girls than an actual fighting game franchise, thanks to the spin-off series Dead or Alive Extreme. For the uninitiated, let's give you the skinny. Dead or Alive Extreme is a franchise created by part-time Ninja Gaiden developer and part-time pervert Tomonobu Itagaki. The game centered around the women of Dead or Alive, the fighting game known for having some sensitive jiggle physics. Well, Itagaki turned up these physics to 11 with this franchise, letting you see these women scantily clad from all angles. Tasteless? Yes. But given what else is available out there, it's not the worst thing in the world. However, if having these girls wear as little as possible didn't excite you enough, rumors spread that there's been a nude cheat code which allowed you to see these women au naturel, surely enhancing your experience. Electronic Gaming Monthly knew this and teased fans ever so slightly about the existence of such a cheat code, referencing the infamous nude Lara Croft cheat in a previous Tomb Raider game. Needless to say, fans went to work searching for the code, or anything that would unlock those digital goodies. Of course, like the nude Lara cheat, this cheat code would turn out to be fake as the digital assets the fans wanted to oogle so badly. Of course, hindsight is 20/20, but did anyone ever stop to consider the fact a major video game with accessible nudity would have received an AO rating? I guess they were too busy trying to get these girls' tops off to think about it. The Severed Leg. Perhaps one of the most promising franchises back in the day was Prototype. The game showed a lot of potential, but sadly would not maintain any lasting status after the sequel. Nevertheless, Prototype did have a few notable Easter eggs and secrets that left gamers scratching their heads. Of course, the developers did not help the situation and, in fact, encouraged this Easter egg hunt. Let the hunt begin! Before the game was released, the developers mentioned you could unlock a secret character and extra missions if you found a severed leg. Shortly after the game's release, a member posted a video where he shows the severed leg in question and posted it to the game FAQ. He expressed disappointment after finding the leg and nothing happened. Soon after this discovery, the developers decided to up the ante of this little prank and acknowledged players who found the leg, but refused to give any more details about how to get the leg to activate anything. After this, there was wild speculation on what a player needed to do in order to get the severed leg to work, with some claiming there is a second leg you need to find in order to get the cheat to work. All of this amounted to a wild goose chase. After people gave up on trying to get this severed leg cheat to work, the developers would later admit to just having a little fun with the secret cheats and unlocks. That's just evil. Now we here at The Gamer are all about having a good laugh, and we have definitely had some while going through these entries, but we also think there is a line. You just don't cross it. While we won't say the devs of Protocol crossed it, they did a nice jig and teetered on the edge of it. The lesson here is don't be vague about unlocks or secrets in your game because you know gamers are a relentless bunch. Tarzan in the City. There's nothing more rewarding than finding an Easter egg in a video game. Developers and companies put in these little things to reward players for exploring the world around them, or as a little nod to the fans in the form of an inside joke. However, creating your own Easter egg is a little less impressive, and some would even say downright stupid. However, we still get heaps of false and made-up Easter eggs. Heck, this video is a testament to that. Now, Rockstar Games have had plenty of little Easter eggs and characters you could find in their games. Some of them real, some of them fake, like the infamous Bigfoot of GTA. Similar to those kinds of Easter eggs, a user on the Rockstar forums claims to have ran into Tarzan in the tunnels under the old LA in LA Noire. Now, this seems a bit out of place for a largely serious game like LA Noire, but it's a Rockstar game, so including something like this fits their MO. To be fair to the poster, he did provide a half-convincing video. In the video, the ape-like scream of Tarzan could be heard and, for a while, some people bought into it. But it had one major flaw. If you downloaded the video into any old editing software, 2 separate audio tracks could be seen, a clear indication the scream has been added to the video rather than actually being in the game. While it may have been false, this would not stop Rockstar from putting other similar Easter eggs in their games. Barking lasers. As if the Easter eggs, secrets, and lies have not been hilarious enough, we thought we would end this video with a hilarious visual. For anyone who's familiar with the Fallout franchise, you would know how Dogmeat is one of the most underwhelming companions you can have. His stats are horrible and he really does not give you a lot of perks. However, for a brief moment, people tried to make Dogmeat work for their build when they saw a 2-frame GIF of the dog barking out lasers. People were having a fit trying to replicate this GIF and trying to equip Dogmeat with the Wazer Rifle, which is a unique laser rifle in the game. It didn't take long for people to come to the conclusion that it was a hoax, and with it, their hopes of having a laser-barking dog were shattered. Fortunately, this hoax would not be picked up by the developers and be included in future games, even as a gag. However, with Bethesda's active modding community, we are sure there's a barking dog lasers mod for Fallout 3 out there somewhere. And if there isn't one, make one. Honestly, no one's stopping you. And those were some of the best Xbox secrets, lies, and hoaxes. What did you think? Did you have a favorite hoax you'd like to share? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to The Gamer for all things gaming. Thanks for watching.
War never changes.